Hi everyone and welcome back to this new video. It's been a while, I know. The winter is gone. I've been basically not doing much the entire season. One reason is it was too cold to work outside or too wet or snowy, so I didn't make much of a progress. But now that the spring is here, I'm ready to get back on it and finish this van once for all. So let me just give you a recap of what happens since last videos. So if you saw my last video, I changed that window for a bigger one, link up here. And right now I 3D print the interior frame to finish the windows. I had to print in 8 pieces because my 3D printer is small, so it's not perfect, but for me it's good enough. I use some screws to keep everything together, but like this I can always remove it and access behind the wall if I need to, let's say, route more cables. Then with my 3D printer I also print some stuff that I already installed on the walls. One is this holder for the temperature sensor of the diesel heater, which is right there. Then I have a MagSafe charger for my iPhone, and I 3D printed holder to hide the cable behind the wall, so I can hang my phone on the magnet when I'm going to bed. It's going to be charged by the morning, and also it works as a night clock. On the other side of the windows I installed the trio gas sensor alarm that it's basically propane alarm sensor, but also since I don't have propane in my van because it's full electric, I still want it because it also can detect the narcotic gases. I heard some cases in Europe that people waking up in the morning with a headache and discovering that during the night while sleeping somebody break in and stole all of their stuff, and you cannot wake up because they use this narcotic gas to keep you sleeping basically. So this sensor should detect that, and that's why it's near the window, because that window is the weakest point since it's plastic. Then I added few hooks here and there, to hang things for the keys. So I 3D printed this holder. Over the bed I have 2 lights that I'm still waiting on the mail. They are the same as of this one that I already have over the stovetop, because it was a little bit dark there when you're cooking. And the nice thing is that those lights are battery powered, rechargeable with USB-C, so you can take it out and use it as a lamp outside or whatever if you're need on other places. But also because there is this magnet that holds them on a sphere, where you can rotate it and orient it wherever you want, and they have like 3 different power, and also you can change the light colors. So I bought one for the kitchen. Since it was looking good, I ordered 2 more for the bed as a reading lamp for the night, if you will. Over the stovetop I also install a vase for hanging a plant on the wall. It's 3D printed and it's going to be, it's just a decor, but I really want to have some plants, real plants, and hopefully I will keep them alive, because it's not so easy inside the van with the so dramatic changes on temperatures, but we'll see. Speaking of decors, I have this shelf that I made over the windows, over the side windows, that it's just for a plant as well, and maybe some decor. I'm probably going to make another one here over my head on this corner, but this one probably will be much larger, this long, and it will be kind of a bookshelf, but not sure what I will put in it. Yeah, it will be a little bit larger so I can use for actual things, not just decor. Still missing the big screen on this wall that will be like a display, dashboard, computer and other stuff. It's going to be connected with the Raspberry Pi that I have in here, and it will be also touchscreen. So this is gonna be a video itself because it's quite a job, I think. We'll see. I still have all the components, but I didn't make any holes, as you can see right now. This is actually the first time you're seeing the cabinet doors finished, painted. Since the last video I didn't show anything inside. This one is the video where I built the doors, but I didn't finish them in time and the video was long, so let me show you here how it looks with the paint on it. It's not super smooth. I didn't spend a lot of time sanding, but I was in a rush and my painting skills are really terrible. So if you saw all my videos, you know that this is not a job that I liked. I would rather pay someone else to paint, but in this case, in this van, I wanted to do everything by myself, so I did it. The bottom is like a cream white and the top is gray, light gray. I changed a couple of doors hinges because I started off with normal hinges that opens 90 degrees, like this one, max. But in this case, for this one example, if I want to open it just 90 degrees and I'm here and I want to get something, I have the door in a way, so I changed it for larger hinges that can open 165 degrees, and as well one over the kitchen because of the same problem, so just two of them. We'll see in future if I wanna to have some more, but for now I think it's perfect. As well, on over the sink I'm going to attach a mirror inside one of the cabinet doors because of course you need a mirror somewhere. Then I have here a holder for my AirPod Max. This is the only place for me makes sense to have them, so they don't take space inside of a drawer, and also because I use them daily, so makes sense to have them easy accessible. Another cool stuff that I 3D printed and installed inside this drawer, it's a USB charger hub. So it has 4 USB, it's quick charge, and I have a little switch behind it so I can turn it on and off. So I can have some electronics inside the drawer charging, but not outside with cable all around. Of course I still have the 2 USB charger on that side, and with the MagSafe for just my phone, I think this is plenty enough for me. I don't see the need to have multiple USB chargers all around the vans. Another cool thing that I made finally, it's the piece of plywood that goes between the benches here, so it can be a third bed. The cushions are on the way. I paid a professional in a shop to make them because I cannot sew and I'm not going to try. So that's something I had to pay somebody else to do, but they are coming soon. I will have also another small bench here that I'm going to build soon. Same process of this one. It's a removable small bench for the composting toilet. I have a Boxio composting toilet. It's very minimal, small, but practical in my opinion. And because I want it to be added inside the bench, it doesn't need to be nice, you know. It's just a box inside of a bench, and I hope it's gonna work well. I'm going to build the bench soon. I already have all the wood needed. I'm making as well another piece to finish out that part right there that I have right now, just wires hanging. I have a security camera that goes over there in the middle, but since there is a big hole and I need to be access that part of the frame of the van, because there are two bolts you can access to the rear camera of the van and the stop light in case I will need to change them, because maybe I hit something, I break them. So that part of the van needs to be accessible. And I just designed a shape that I'm going to cut with the same wood as this one of the countertop, with engrave the name of the van on it. I think it's a nice touch to have over there in the middle, and there will be the camera hidden inside of it. And on this side as well, I'm waiting on the mail for a couple of simple curtains. It's just the core basically, or if I wanted to have the door opens, still have light coming in, but I don't want people outside to see inside. I still have a roll down curtain type of thing that it's I'm not sure if I showed this in the past video, but anyway, this is the curtain that I installed to block all the lights in the for the night, you know. I would like to have some more nice thing that will give it a bit of a homey touch to the van. On the back doors, I also add these two plastic pieces that I don't know how to call, but basically I can store small stuff on the door itself, because you know there is a lot of space behind there. They're really cheap, but very strong plastic, so I'm pleased. Of course, the doors are not finished like this. My end goal is to make a panel that covers the entire door, so I will not have any metal exposed at the end, and more insulation on top of it. But for now, this is the situation, and I'm going to live with that for now. I really want to finish the van and move in, but we'll see. The ceiling is not finished yet, but I have all the strips that I need to sand and stain. Then I can cut them and screw it on the ceiling. So it shouldn't be much of a job. It's more of many hours of sanding and painting, basically. On this side, this is like a fake drawer, like this one. Here is where I can put my dirty laundry. Inside here, I will have a bag. On the other side, I have all the electronics inside, and the fuses box and other stuff. So that's why it needs to be accessible, as I show you in this video when I install the benches. I can completely and easily, in less than 3 minutes, disassemble the bench to get access on all of the electronics behind. But right now I finished that fake drawer with basically a control panel that holds the Dometic air conditioning control board, the Chinese diesel heater control board, which is the aftermarket board called Afterburner. This is the video where I installed the diesel heater with that control board. Then I have the BMS finally installed on a fixed place of the battery, few switches that I will use to turn off things that I'm not using daily, or like the diesel heater that I'm not using in summer, so I can completely cut the power so there is no extra consumption, and other stuff that I'm not gonna use every day. Still need to connect all of them, so I'm still planning what to connect or and what not. And then I have the two big up and down switches for the solar panel and the antenna. By the way, if you want to know exactly how my solar panel array and assembly of the roof rack lift works, the next video will be a deep conversation about that. So many people asked about that, but I didn't have time to actually sit down and make it. Now that it's a bit slow because I'm waiting for the inspection for the van to be registered as a camper van, so I'm not making much of progress. The van is empty because of that. I actually have time right now to do that video, so stay tuned if you want to see that video. Back to the control panel. Since behind is quite narrow, the space to be able to fit this large panel, I 3D print some parts, so the panel it's on basically on hinges, and when you close it, it moves down parallel with the door, and so it can fit inside. I spent some time designing this and 3D printing few iteration of the mechanism, but now it works perfectly. I 3D printed in PETG, so it's strong, and I'm really happy how it turns out because it's very useful, hides everything behind, so I don't have many control unit on the wall. I just have my touch control panel for the Victron system, and in future this display here, but this is a multi-purpose display. I can use it even to watch movies, for example. And oh, I've almost forgot. So I have another control unit of that panel, which is for a Webasto diesel heater, because I found a really good deal with a used but refurbished Webasto diesel heater. And since many people argue that Chinese diesel heaters are not reliable and maybe not safe, even though I have it in the cab, so it's more safe for me, I guess, and I modified it to be safe, let's say. Since this deal was really cheap, I bought it. I'm going to install it side by side with a Chinese diesel heater under the front seat, and it will be basically a backup system. I will have two exactly the same 2 kilowatt diesel heater, a Webasto one and a Chinese one. I'm gonna use always the Chinese one, but in case I'm in the middle of winter in Norway with storm outside and the diesel heater won't start because maybe, you know, the glow plug it's burned, that's not impossible. Chinese diesel heaters likes to burn the glow plug. In that case, instead of sleeping in the cold and dealing to try to fix a diesel heater in winter, maybe in the middle of nowhere with a storm outside, I can just flip a switch and switch to the Webasto. So yeah, it's not needed for sure, but since it was just like, if I remember, 300-400 euro to get it and the kit, I thought, why not? I have the space. I really like the idea to have spare parts with me for everything and be able to not be stuck if some problems came around. So having two diesel heater, I think it could be make the difference in some cases. Maybe it won't because it never happened. I saw many videos of people online complaining and sleeping in the cold with few layers of jackets because they were in freezing places and the diesel heater was broken. So as much as I can, I want to avoid that. Not sure if I showed you that, but I have also this a 3D print hook that holds the door open, because I noticed in winter when I was driving the van, you know that when you're driving the van you have the heat coming from the engine in the cab, and it's usually too much. You know, it's easy to warm up the cab when you're driving. So with this hook I can hold basically the door open without banging around, so the heat can circulate between the cab and the living area, and I can use the engine heat while I'm driving to also help keep this area warm, instead of, you know, keeping this side very cold, and then when you stop you need to turn on the diesel heater because it's crazy cold. And this other hook, still 3D printed, it's made because I saw by using for a weekend van that sometimes, since I built the kitchen this way with a foldable countertop over the cooktop, sometimes I'm cooking but I forgot something in the cab, and so I cannot fold back the countertop to open the door because I'm cooking. So I need to open the sliding door and get out to get access to the cab. But if it's raining or if it's winter, it's cold, it's not the best. So with this hook I can hold this piece of the countertop straight up, be able to cook and open the door at the same time. You know, it's one of those small things that change dramatically how you live inside the space. And since this is a very small place to live in, all those little things can make a huge difference. In my opinion, at least. Oh, I was almost forgetting about two small plugs that I added outside the van. One near the water tank inlet. So it gives me basically 24 volts power from the battery, and I can use it to attach with a cable a pump in case I cannot connect the hose to the fountain that I wanna take the water from. You know, sometimes, especially here in Europe, instead of having the threaded spigot like is most common having, you know, in like a gas station and campground, sometimes there are strange shaped fountain faucet, and in that case I want to still be able to get the water from them. So I'm gonna use basically a bucket underneath and with a pump inside. I can pump the water in my tank straight instead of just going back and forth with a bucket and filling, you know, by hand. The second one, it's similar but not the same, so I cannot switch them up, and it's near the shore power plug. This one is actually to be able to use external solar panel, like portable solar panel. I didn't buy it yet, but I'm going to buy a 350 watt portable solar panel from Blue Yeti, probably, because it's a good deal. It works really well because a friend of mine has it, and that plug is connected inside the van through another fuse box and another MPPT charger, same as the other one that I already installed for the solar. That will give me, in total, if I need, probably just in the winter, because I saw that with all, you know, the power hungry appliance that I have, it's always nice to have more power, especially if you are traveling in the mountains where the sun is not so much in winter. And with that I will have basically a little bit more than 1300 watts of power, and that's a huge difference. Speaking about power, I have installed another Orion DC-DC charger. I know there is the new XS version which is 50 amps, but I already had one, so I didn't want to throw it away or have to sell it, so I just bought another one. and right now I have two in parallel. I connect all together underneath the driver's seat, and also I connect another Orion DC charger, but that one is to charge the van battery from my lithium pack. If I'm in the situation, let's say I forget the lights of the van on or something, and I cannot turn on the van because the battery is dead, I can use that one to recharge the started battery and be able to turn on the engine and get away. Because maybe I'm in the middle of nowhere in the forest of Sweden, so that could be a problem. And in those cases, you will need to call your insurance assistance, but I can get away with this system if the problem is just that. So yes, basically that's it, I guess. If I didn't forget something. It's been a long talk. I hope I didn't bore you. This video is just, to catch up with you guys. There's many of you. I didn't expect any of that, so I'm really thinking on putting more effort on this channel. I know it's been a while now, like a month since my last video, but in winter I was really stuck on projects here, and I spend more time on other stuff. But now that spring is here, I'm going back publishing like weekly videos, hopefully, or every other week at least, because I really want to finish this and finish up with some decor, move into the van, and get on the road. So if you want to follow my journey, please consider to subscribe if you're not, and give me a thumbs up to help my channel. Thanks very much for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye!